Okay, people. Yeah, this is gonna be part 8. This is gonna be the last one here. Of this, it's I guess it's September 5th now, 2017. Of this update or intel briefing for this time. I'm sorry. I think I actually just breathed right into the mic here. Anyway, I'm sorry. Um, so that's the whole. See, it takes me so much time to explain things thoroughly, and I'm so sorry. Um, but I can't do them any faster because I just want to make sure I don't miss anything, or at the very least, so people will kind of understand my point and what I'm getting at here. By the way, don't worry, I'm not going to go through all this again. But the first part of this was about bringing back the subject back up of red, white, and black. If you've been listening from the beginning, after all of those red, white, and black colors, and hope the country doesn't go to that color scheme, because that sure sounds like it's where it's headed. I hope the heck it stopped way before then. But all these corporations that have red, white, and black as their color scheme, and they're not saying anything about it, and yet they keep all the bad guys and all the movies and all that stuff seem to be dressed in red, white, and black. And anyway, all these companies that have those colors as their color scheme, Verizon, Macy's, Overstock. I'm not implying anything. I'm just saying this is their colors, right? Verizon, Macy's, Overstock.com, Jimmy John's, GMC, and that commercial was kind of something else. Hotels.com, that guy even dresses in the red, white, and black. But just as a little side note here, I just wanted to mention this so I don't forget it. Right after those were done, they apparently, because I had only dipped in there for a little bit, and then it was a football game that was on tonight, and after those commercials, they came on for a little bit, and it was well, I don't mind telling you, I was watching ESPN. I don't mind telling you, and I like ESPN. They're cool, they're good. Anybody who covers sports, especially football. I like football. Well, they went right back to another commercial. And it was Gatorade. Well, the Gatorade thing was, they're green. No big deal. Well, green and orange. But I'll explain that later at a later time. Can't go into it now. Anyway, the point is, so ESPN, of course, the setting or the color scheme or whatever, I can't remember this, but I think it was just red and white. But the whole screen was red, white, and black. Red, white, and black. And if you watch your sports this season, your football or your basketball or whatever, when they go to a replay or whatever, and this is the next thing I'm going to bring up here, I'm just going to mention it because I'm kind of out of time here. They seem to use, and those of you who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. When I say, when you break away to a replay or come back from a replay or a highlight or whatever, they seem to use the crap out of hexagons. And I know those of you who know what that means, and if you don't, you need to go ahead and look it up because I'm out of time. But when they went to a commercial, the Gatorade commercial comes on, and it's a football player doing some moves and stuff like that. Of course, his uniform, he's dressed out in red, white, and black, or red and black, or red, white, and black, one of them. But red and black, basically, red, white, and black. That's the color scheme. Well, they come back on to ESPN, and there's, I think his name's Kirk Herbstreit, and, he's there with his little boy and the other commentator or whatever, but lo and behold, on his tie was nothing but hexagons galore. But of course, I read into things too much, right? I read into things too much, and I think about things too much and all that stuff, and 7 million coincidences over 5, 6, 7 years. It's just coincidences, right? Sure. Even American Horror Story, which I was mentioning earlier, where all the clowns, all discuss that in a separate one because that takes a little bit of time. Are all dressed in red, white, and black, and that's the color scheme. They're, you know, trying to push the hive mentality, the bees in the hive, and all that stuff. Well, you know, I don't think I have to tell you the American Horror Story cult, which is very fitting. You know, if you don't already know, you know, the honeycombs are, you know, hexagonal shaped, and of course that's not actually a bad thing. It's just, you know, how you use it and all that stuff. And of course, you know, the bees, they naturally do that, but of course, you know, in the American Horror Story cult thing, of course, you know, I guess the girl's head, when she shook her head or rubbed it or whatever, all the bees flew out, and of course her head was the hive, you know, the beehive. So anyway, just wanted to get that in there. God, that took a long time. All right, so just closing it out, there's a couple of things that just concerns me, like all this other stuff I've been talking about here throughout this update here. People don't overlook the obvious. You know, they have a horrible, I'll go over the nasty habits, I promise you. That'll be probably a multi-parter and stuff, but that's one of them. Yeah, don't overlook the obvious, because, you know, a lot of times they like to hide stuff in plain sight. They just don't educate you on it, and that's why you don't see it. When you are educated on it, or bother to look it up or whatever, everything just starts, you know, it just starts to glare right out at you. The other thing that concerns me a little bit now is, you know, everybody's talking about what's happening this year and stuff, and, you know, I guess they figured they can't get everybody out of their home so easily now, especially since what's been proven has been proven, and they're not going to really be able to get, I guess, as many out of their homes. You know, they stole mine, you know, but you know, well, it was horrible, and like I said, you know, they did it illegally, and they, well, let's just say I had the proof in my hands, but they wouldn't let me show it or say anything, and I was kidnapped after that and all that stuff. It was a mess. Anyway, but I guess they figure they can't get enough people out because they're wanting you out of your homes, out of your cars. They want all your stuff, just like they did to me. Everything, and they can't do it fast enough, so I guess and everything's just about coming out in the open here, so I guess what seems to be a last minute panic, they're just unleashing everything, and they're gonna hope to wipe out as much as they can and take over as much as they can while they can, and or if they can, and that's why I just wish everybody the best, and I hope for the best for everyone. And please, you know, at this moment in time, just watch out for those shills. It's their biggest weapon right now, and in a way, what people call BS. You know, it's always been a big weapon of theirs, so just please be aware of that. And the shills, especially now, because the secret's out on mainstream media, so I mean, as far as I can tell, they've got online almost saturated as well. So you're going to have to depend on your own self, your own consciousness, your own smarts, and your own common sense to get the truth out of the news, okay? The other thing that concerns me about all the stuff going on now and this year is any of those of you who know what the powerful, probably the most powerful secret societies, or the most powerful secret society, probably, I guess you would say, would be, if it doesn't start with a I, would start, you know, with another letter, and they make up everything, just part of it. But anyway, let's see, 1717 to 2017, that's 300 years. that would mean this year would be the 300th anniversary. And that kind of doesn't sit well with me. So I just, like I said, I wish everybody the best. Good luck to you. I hope everybody stays vigilant and just watches out for yourselves and your families and everything like that. And may the creator of the greater good protect everyone and be with you and myself and my family and friends and all of our loved ones and everybody as well. I'll leave you with one thing to wonder about. You know, one night I was kind of wondering about certain, well, I don't think it's a secret, but in the world of science, but you know, copper tends to conduct electricity very well. That's what most of your wiring is made of, and a lot of your computer components, as far as I can comprehend it. I almost said understand. That's a bad word to me now. As far as I can comprehend. But anyway, have any of you, I'll get into architecture and stuff like that a little later on, but because that's good Lord, that's going to take forever. Anyway, really quick, and leaving you with this. Have you ever wondered, well, let's just say, have you ever wondered something like this? Because right after I had thought about this, I had seen it somewhere. It was actually in one of the motion pictures, the superhero motion pictures. And I thought, that's kind of interesting. But then it dawned on me when, you know, if you heard the update the other day, you know, in my heart of hearts, I don't believe movies are solely for the purpose of entertainment. They seem, not that I believe, because that's actually kind of a bad word too, but as far as I can comprehend, and what it seems to be, is they're used for another purpose. That being said, right after I had wondered about this, I saw it. The exact same thing that I was wondering about. Actually, it was the very next night. So it was just one of the many synchronicities that I have every single day. And if you don't know what that is, you need to look that up. I got to get going here because I'm running out of time. Have you ever wondered stuff like the top of the U.S. Capitol building, or the Statue of Liberty, or its sister statue? In France, I believe it is, or the copper structures on top of all other buildings. Like, for example, like in Detroit, there's, I think it's called the Wayne County building. You can see them; they're blue, you know, because they rusted. You know, copper rusts blue. So look at the Wayne County building in Detroit, and you will see the exact same thing. As if they almost are, if they were connected to any type of grid, would be able to give off or receive an incredible amount of energy. Just something to leave you with. May God bless all of you and your families. And I hope and pray for the best for everybody. I love each and every one of you. Take care.